Hi there and welcome back to a new video. We're talking bullet journaling today. I've got my bullet journal out. I started off well. I started off setting up for March last month and this is as far as I've got. I haven't done very much. That's it. So we're going to work on that today and also talk a little bit about bullet journaling. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. This one is for you, Lee, as I know you personally requested this. So I hope it doesn't disappoint you. But let's go back to last month. So last month, well, actually, no, let's go back further. Before recently, I just kind of like did sleep tracking, dream thingies. I have a lot of bad dreams, so I was like trying to see if there was a link. Did food and drink. I'm not very good. Oh, I also did my work hours as well, and they depressed me too much because I work such long hours. But it's mainly kind of like statistics for work, that kind of thing. I'm not very good at keeping up with things though. This is my sleep tracker for last month. See what I mean? I just can't seem to get in the habit of doing things daily. Oh look, work hours for last month. See? I don't know. It just doesn't work for me. By the looks of it, I didn't eat anything last month at all. My intentions are always good. So I have read a second book, so I can add that. Sorry, I always forget to switch my phone off as well. Let's stick that on silent. Right, so I decided to try and change things up a little bit. With the help of the Lodge Guys group that I'm a member of, there is a journaling section. And it's really interesting seeing how other people use their bullet journals. And it has opened my eyes a little bit. I have seen things on Pinterest, but I've kind of like just flicked through. And I haven't sort of like really taken a lot of interest and looked at it properly. So I decided, I did my stats as usual. I've been documenting movies that we've been watching as well. But it was really last month that I tried to maybe use my bullet journal in a different way, because daily tracking does not work for me as much as I love other people's journals. And I always think, oh, I want to do that too. I just can't seem to get in the habit of doing it. So I did my stats last month. Then I tried something different. Something in that group that they all seem to really like doing is having a bit of a rage page. So I thought I would try that too. And I did. It looks quite pretty. About my bubble. I'm very much a bubble person. I do kind of like live in a little bubble. And I just focus on what makes me happy. I find for me that really, really works. I do mostly creative journaling, as you know, and that kind of like takes me away from what's stressing me out, shut myself away in my studio, and I just focus on nice things, document funny stories. That's what makes me happy. I tried a rage page to see what it was about, and it really, really stressed me out. I did cover up a couple of bits just in case any family members or anyone may be watching, as they may have found that quite maybe not so nice. We can't like everybody, can we? So yeah, I had a real anxiety feeling, you know, that like heavy tight feeling in your chest. I did it one evening and I just thought, oh, I don't like this feeling. So I then went on to a smile page and things that make me smile, and that felt so much nicer. So I did this the following day to kind of like counteract. And it just made me realise that actually I like focusing on the good things. I don't care if I'm criticised for living in a little bubble. It makes me happy. And that's what this is all about, isn't it? Journaling is supposed to make you happy. So I think do what works for you. Journal how you like to do it. But I'm finding new ways and realising what makes me happy, what makes me feel like I'm escaping. And that is focusing on positive things. So that's a good thing. I'm glad I've tried the other way, but it wasn't for me. It could be sometime that it is for me and I try it again and I really feel like a release, but no, it just stressed me out. So I think it was Lee actually in that group, started doing a 1 line a day. And I loved that idea. I thought that was so nice. And it's something I felt I could do. And actually, because I don't pop into my journal daily, what I do find is I take a lot of photos. I write things down in my planner a lot. It's next to me on my desk. And so for me to go back 2 or 3 days, I can quite easily see, oh yeah, we had a date night, our daughter popped around and said hello, and I can write things down. So actually, it's worked really well, and I did a whole month. So I'm really, really pleased. And it's so nice to look back on just silly little things that have gone on, things that have made me happy. And some days it might just be, I loved my new £2.20 dress. It had arrived from eBay. I was so chuffed. Had a cozy work day. So sometimes it's nothing that's sort of like really important happen. Let's face it, nothing really important does happen at the moment. But silly little things, things that have made us smile, things that have made us happy, I'm popping in there. So let's go on to March. I have done a different kind of spread for March. I do want to add some colour, as I am all about the colour. So let's get some colour. I still haven't decided what. I was thinking of a word each day. I'm wanting to experiment with my bullet journal now, though. This group has really opened up my eyes. Let's get some colour on whilst I chat. To how I could use my bullet journal. I've decided I don't want to stick things in it. That is more my creative journaling, and I want to keep it that way. So I want it to be more about like the journaling, focus on colour. I love colour. Colour makes me happy. Again, focusing on things that make me happy. I think that's really important. That's something that I've realised is very important to me, actually. And I like the idea. I've made some little lists actually of things I might do, things like TV things that we're watching, and then at the end of the year almost have this colourful book to look back on just bits and pieces, things I've documented. Yeah, so what if I can't do things daily? That's fine. I'm not very good at the tracking stuff, so I'm going to use the journal in ways that possibly do work for me and see what happens. So it's a little bit of an experiment, really, isn't it? Let me know if you have a bullet journal and how you use yours. Do you remember to take it out daily? Any tips that you may have for using it daily? That could be fun. Do you do like mood tracking? What kind of thing do you use in yours? I would love to know. And like I said, any tips, please do share.
I look into your eyes, I see we're out of time. I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line.
See, now that makes me happy. That completely relaxes me. I've got some goals written. I don't know how realistic they are, but I'm going to try really hard. We've been wanting to paint the kitchen. I've been wanting to paint the kitchen now, the actual kitchen cupboards. I'd say probably for over a year. I've got all the paints there, but I kind of want Aid to help me. I work really long hours and I'd really appreciate that. So I've actually asked that as my birthday gift this month for his time to help me paint the kitchen. So we'll see. And I really, really want to see my mum. My mum hasn't seen the kids since Christmas 2019. It's so bad. She's only 60 miles away. We saw her Christmas Day the previous year. And then we managed a couple of visits last year when we were allowed, but the kids were working. She still worked full time. Our kids are working, and she works during the week. They work at weekends. So we just could not get the time together. And then obviously at Christmas time, we couldn't do it. So my priority when we're allowed, I think it's March, isn't it? The end of March, something like that. I think it's just after my birthday. Priority is getting the kids to my mum because they need to see my mum. So they're my goals and a couple of work things as well for this month. I've been doing other things, waiting for it patiently to dry, but there's still a little puddles, a couple of puddles, so I'm just going to soak it up with a bit of kitchen roll. It's the only thing when you are using paint, so you need to be a bit patient. I do have a heat gun, but I can't always be bothered to get it out, and sometimes it makes the pages curl a little bit. So, but it does look pretty. I really, really like the colour. I was going to go over the colour in March, but actually I'm going to leave that. And let's now I'm going to do a word for each day. Right, so I've just looked back on my photos. Monday was a good work day. Nothing really happened. So let's just have event full. But we'll have full in large because it was a busy day. Tuesday was a really nice day. I got loads done. I did a declutter in my studio. I do have a main channel, by the way. I'll link that up below for you. And I did a good studio declutter and organise. So, and we went on a date night as well. to Starbucks drive-through. So that day was, I'm going to call this day Achieve. There, achieved. Where's, oh blast, I've missed number 3. How could I do that? I've gone 1, 2, 4. Oh no. That's rubbish. I can't miss out number 3 altogether. I'm going to have to just do a fake 3. This is why I'm so rubbish at things like this. So now I've got orange paint everywhere. Right, number 3. And do you know, it's funny that 3's turned out really crap on here because 3 was a really rubbish day. There you go, 3. You can go on there. I should have done it brown actually because we're just going to put crap. That's what yesterday was. And then today is going to be a much nicer day. So we're going to leave that one and that's going to be a nice day. But I'm going to have a word of the day each day of the month. Got my stats. And now I want to do word of the day one. I was too lazy. My markers were in the lounge and I was on the sofa and I couldn't be bothered to go and get them. So I tried to use one of my husband's markers and it wasn't as good as mine. And that didn't quite work out so well. So that's, I think I've saved that. I like doing that one day at a time. I kind of want to give it a different name though because that's what I called it last month. Doesn't matter if I give. I might just call it today.
So fast, maybe we got too high, but I remember days of wonder.
I really like using a, what do you call it, a highlighter for the lines like that. It's a really quick and easy way to do it. I'm going to do a couple of leaves there which haven't quite gone to plan. Ooh. See how they turn out. Let's number these pages, but yeah, it's really quick and easy. And number these pages, so we've got 1, I've remembered 3 this time, for each day of the month. And this is where we'll just have 1 line a day. So I've added for the first 3 days. That's done. I'm pleased with that. I was actually thinking, because often my food that I cook is the highlight of the day, I might even do a page with just things I've cooked. I'm going to let that dry, go on to the next page, and actually, oh no, I'm going to do that over a double page. I might do one with what we're watching on TV. So let's have TV. I like keeping my pages kind of like similar, so having just like a larger font for the actual words and then just decorating with colour for the rest, just keeping them quite simple. I love going onto Pinterest though and seeing how some people do their pages. It's so cool.
Got me thinking of the times we took off on the road. I can't remember where we headed that night. We were cruising around town in Memphis.
I was using an old Referral pen. I can't even remember where I got that from. Do they remind you of school? Did your teachers used to have the red ones as well? Right, I'm going to add a little bit of colour into these, just because I want to have some colour on my page. I'm just doing random colours, no colours in particular. Got a little bit of the black dribbling through now as well, which isn't great, never mind. Right, that's now dry. So I am just going to pop in some things that we've watched recently and really liked. Behind Her Eyes. I think that's got to be the best thing I've watched this year. This is going to be, oh, I've already made a mistake. Behind Her. Let's do it. I always do little hearts when I bodge up. behind her eyes. This is just like series TV programs, it's not movies. We started watching a really good Everest program the other day actually. Need to carry on watching that. What else was there? Oh, we started watching The Drowning actually. Right, Walking Dead is going in the middle. It's our favourite. We are rewatching the whole lot for the 3rd time. Let me know if you are Walking Dead fans too. And the new series started on Monday. We love it so much. Walking Dead. I can't think what else we're watching. And then I can fill it out with other things. I can always go on to the next page if I want to, but that's my TV page. I'm also going to do a food page. Actually, before I do that, I don't really want to do, I don't know, you know when you could see through slightly? No, I think I'm going to go with it anyway. How do you do your large letters? I always go over mine in pencil and then form them so that they get larger, and then take a black pen and go over. That's how I like to do mine. So it's just almost an exaggeration of my normal handwriting. I'm going to use this black pen again actually, it worked quite well last time. And then I'll go over the pencil lines with the black pen and colour it in. This is the kind of thing I usually sit and do whilst watching a YouTube video. Do you know, actually that would be another page to actually document favourite YouTube channels. I think with my book, because with my journal, I don't want to do daily tracking. It doesn't work for me. And then it stresses me out because I can't keep up with it, and I want to keep up with it. I did even think, should it be part of my daily routine and should I actually write it on my to-do list? But instead, I think each month I just fancy like documenting something. So this month it will be my favourite food. Last month it was things that annoyed me and things that made me smile. And then maybe each month what I'll do is just do a couple of pages. And then I've just got visions at the end of the year, just having this really nice, colourful journal. Nothing really stuck in, just colourful things, all about things that I like, don't like, just bits and pieces like that, things that we've watched on TV, books that I've read. I think that sounds a nice thing to do. What do you think? I think for me, I just don't want it to be something that stresses me out. Journaling should be the opposite of that. It should be something that you find relaxing and that you enjoy doing. So I think it's finding a way to do journaling that suits you. Don't do something if it stresses you out, because that defeats the whole object of doing it. So just find something that makes you happy, relaxes you. For me, that's creative journaling. I really, really enjoy that, and I just love having all the memories to look back on. It makes me so happy. But sometimes I just want to be creative like this. I don't always want to think, oh, what photos shall I print? What stories shall I tell? What paper shall I use? Getting out pen, paper and a little bit of paint is sometimes really nice. And like the other day, doing that page whilst watching TV was actually really nice as well. I quite like taking a pot of pens into the lounge and just sitting with the TV on, watching with Aid, and just doing it. It's quite nice. I'm going to carry on watching my YouTube video that I'm watching actually whilst I finish this. Right, pulling myself away from the video I'm watching to continue with this. I'm thinking about, let's see if this works. You know how much I love my watercolours. I might add, I don't know, do they look rubbish? I'm just thinking apples. I'll see, I might turn them into just circles. See how it goes. It's all about playing and experimenting, isn't it?
You're gone now, will you call me back? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind. It's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope
So my apples are now dry. Let's lean on that. And we're going to go round and I'm going to add a little leaf as well. And then in the middle, I'm going to be adding our dinners each day. I really love cooking. I love meal planning. So I think this will be really fun. It'd be fun to actually see at the end of the month all the different types of meals I've cooked. It's something I really enjoy doing. There we have it, my food page. And every day, do you know, I wish I'd left the centre of the apples free now, the leaves I mean, but I'm going to pop the date on there. So we had Cajun chicken pasta Monday, Tuesday spicy prawn ramen, last night we had cheats. I made chili cheese homemade fries, and I've already got a veggie chili in the crock pot, and I'm going to go and grab some for lunch now because I think it should be about ready. I'm going to have it for my lunch and dinner. So that is my food page. So I think I'm going to call it a day at that. So I've got my one word of each day. I've got my goals. I've got my stats, my social media stats. I've got my one line a day. I've got what I'm watching on TV. And then I've got my food that we're eating each day. So I think I'm quite pleased with that actually. And then I can always add more if I want to, but I like the idea of just doing something each month, just like a page and just random bits and pieces. So I'm kind of tracking, but in my own way, and I just want my book to end up, my journal to end up really, really colourful. So I'm kind of bullet journaling in a way to suit me. So I'm finding new ways and just seeing what works for me really. It's all a bit of an experiment. But I hope you've enjoyed the video today. Let me know how you use your bullet journal. I'm sure it's very different from me. And let me know if you're trying to find your feet as well, trying to find out what works best for you, or are you really, really good at daily tracking? Let me know your secrets if you are. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you in my next journaling video. Thanks, bye.